You're watching Stranger Secrets. Before I get started with today's video, if you can give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday about kind of fashion related content, so if that interests you, definitely subscribe to the channel. The video is going to be about why I don't really care for Louis Vuitton. All these opinions are my own. They do not express other people's opinions. So yeah, I'm just gonna be really honest, because in this video, in this channel, I'm just really honest. I'm not bought out by nobody. I feel like I would never want to do a sponsored video. I'm just not that type of person. For me, my price, my dignity, and you know what I mean? You can never really buy a review, or you can never really buy me, because I am somebody that to kind of sell out, it's kind of hard to make your subscribers trust you again, especially if you kind of lie to them or, you know, stuff like that. So today's video is just going to be something that's honestly truthful and that some people may not like, may not agree with, and that's fine because everyone's entitled to their own opinions. But these are going to be reasons why I don't really care for Louis Vuitton handbags or Louis Vuitton items. I have had Louis Vuitton items in the past, but for the last, like, I want to say 2 or 3 years, I have not purchased anything, and I will never be planning to purchasing anything from Louis Vuitton in like the next 10, 15, 20 years. I just don't see myself doing that. First reason why I kind of don't really care for Louis Vuitton is because they don't really stand behind their products. So for me, like, there's many other brands or department stores. We all know what we're talking about here. Let's say Coach, Kate Spade, even though some of you guys may not consider it designer brands, for me, I do consider it kind of designer, because, you know, not everyone can go out and spend, you know, $275 on a Coach fanny pack, or, you know what I mean, $500 on a Coach bag, you know what I mean? Not everybody can do that, you know what I mean? So I do consider it a luxury item, and if anything were to happen to them, let's say if this bag that I recently bought like 2 days ago, let's say if this comes off or the pouch goes missing or just something happens to this bag, Coach really stands behind their product and the quality of them. So I know, me going in, me purchasing something from Coach, I know they will stand behind their product, and you know what I mean, if something happens, they will repair it, they will replace it, give me store credit, whatever, but they will do the right thing at the end of the day. Or let's say if I buy this Givenchy bag and I buy it through certain department stores, I know if I buy this through a certain department store, and let's say if something happens to it, they will offer to repair it for free, they will offer it to clean it, they will, you know what I mean, they will just go the extra mile. If something happens, they could return it, exchange it, whatever the item case is. They stand behind their items, you know what I mean? So I only really shop at places that stand behind their products, stand behind their warranties, stand behind their return policies, because me as a consumer, if I'm spending my hard-earned money on something, I want to buy it from somewhere that is reputable and that they stand behind their items. And unfortunately, Louis Vuitton is just not one of those places. I have seen many stories, I have had family members, I just know a lot of people that have had Louis Vuitton issues in the past over smallest things, and they refuse to repair it, they don't want to take care of it. It's just an inconvenience for them. So for me, I'm not going to give my money away to a business that does not appreciate it, you know what I mean? So for me, the first reason is just they don't stand behind their items, you know what I mean? The treatment of different type of clients as well. I see where if you're somebody that spends, you know, $10,000 a year at the Louis Vuitton boutique, at the Louis Vuitton store, they're more likely to do something versus somebody that only purchases maybe $2,000 a year in the store. So you know what I mean? It's kind of inconsistency. Yes, I do understand that in the luxury business and luxury market, you have to cater to certain customers, and you know, if a customer spends $100,000 in a year and something happens with their bag, you're most likely just going to go right around and exchange the bag for a new one or give them store credit, because they're such a top client in your store, and you don't want to make that person mad because they'll just spend their money somewhere else, or maybe go to another store and they'll get the volume for it. But I feel like when it's a designer store, you should also be catering to everybody. If I just bought one bag within the last 2 to 3 years, and let's say like the clasp falls on the pochette Matisse, just saying an example, really want to fix it, you know what I mean? Or you don't really want to do anything about it, or you know what I mean? Like when there was that glazing issue with a lot of their handbags, you don't really want to do anything about it in the beginning before they actually, you know, make that recall. You kind of give customers that, you know, maybe have not had the most, you know, have not spent a lot on that store, more of a harder time to return it. So I don't really like the consistency as well when it goes into that. 2 is going to be kind of the quality. I just feel like the quality of the items is really awful and it's really bad. For me, especially more of the monogram pieces, for me, they just literally feel like nothing. Like I know that they're durable, I know that they're lightweight, but I've seen current or handbags that are made out of monogram within the last 2 years that aren't necessarily the best quality, aren't necessarily the best compared to stuff that's from like 05 to 010 or more like in the 90s, or you know what I mean? So the quality has definitely changed, and I know that they're starting to become more of a fast fashion luxury retailer. So when you really think about it, Louis Vuitton releases new items daily, like Fashion Nova. You know what I mean? But they also want to remain a luxury brand. They want to have high price points, but they want to cater to mass people. You know what I mean? So for me, when you cater to mass people and you make items, you know, super fast, the quality is gonna be missed. The brand perception kind of changes, in my opinion. So for me, that's just like that's another reason why I don't really want to purchase Louis Vuitton. That for me, I think it's the fast fashion of luxury brands compared to like Fashion Nova. I know it's kind of a weird comparison to make, but somebody made a video about it and they really had a really smart point of it. So I will link that video down below. I would suggest you watch it because it will kind of make you kind of learn about more about the fashion business. The next reason is going to be that I just don't care for the monogram. To be honest, I don't care about the prints. I don't want to be a walking billboard. Yes, I do stuff that are branded. You can see behind me, I have designer bags or just items in general or clothing pieces that are branded. But me, I think at 19, my consumer changes are definitely changing. I'm more hesitant to buy something that has a huge logo, that's huge plastered. I'm a little bit more hesitant to do that now, even though I do have pieces that do that. But I'm starting to be more considerate of the brands I represent, what it means to carry a brand, you know what I mean? For me, I see myself as a walking billboard, you know what I mean? So for me, I only want to wear brands that I believe in, that I genuinely really like, and that I feel like I have a connection with, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the way I see it is, does that item bring any value to me? So for me, like, I'd much rather carry this bag that I purchased from Kate Spade right here than any Louis Vuitton every single day. I love that it doesn't have a branding on it. I love that I can just kind of wear it like this. I just really like this bag a lot. Or I'd rather wear this Chanel bag that I have right here because, you know what I mean, it is classic. You know what I mean? I know Coco Chanel's story. I know, you know, about her life, and I somewhat find that relatable, and I relate to Coco Chanel for whatever reason. So I wear stuff that I have pride and I have joy with, and Louis Vuitton is just, I just see it as everybody wears it, you know what I mean? People that wear Louis Vuitton just to wear it, just to kind of say you wear Louis Vuitton, and not necessarily have a purpose of why you're wearing these items. For example, this is a Veronica Beard blazer. I know the history of Veronica Beard. I know how they started their brand, the stores that they have, the quality, you know, the Dicky, you know what I mean? I know about Veronica Beard, and I can kind of find that relatable, and I can forget what they're doing, you know what I mean? So I like to be more considerate of the brands that I spend my money on, what my money gets spent on. And for me, Louis Vuitton just brings no value for me. If anything, it brings more of a headache in my lifestyle. So for me, I just don't really like the monogram. I don't really like the LV plastered on every single item. You know what I mean? Sometimes there are days where I just want to wear something super low-key. There is days where I wear this bag right here and I flip it on the other side that doesn't have a logo on it. There's just days that I just want to do that. I want to be low-key, but everything that Louis Vuitton has is just plastered, and I'm just frankly not here for it. Next one is just, it's mass produced, you know what I mean? Right now I can go to my local Walmart, my local Target, my local Sam's Club, Costco, Ross Dress for Less, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, the mall, just anywhere in general, and I will see 10 million Neverfulls, 10 million Speedies, 10 million Almas. I just see it so occurrent that it's just not special to me. It doesn't do anything. If I'm spending a lot of money, I know that these items are mass produced. I know they're made for a larger audience, but I'd rather wear a different brand than to be wearing Louis Vuitton, you know what I mean? I'd rather wear a YSL. Yes, YSL is super popular. People do have YSL bags, but they're not as like a Louis Vuitton Neverfull, a Louis Vuitton Speedy, and the quantity that people have them, you know what I mean? So I like to have items that are a little bit, you know what I mean, that are popular but aren't as popular. So that's why there's like the Gucci belts, the Gucci shirts, you know, stuff like that I don't really necessarily wear anymore, just because they kind of go into that mainstream audience. And if I'm spending hard-earned money, I'd rather just buy something else that isn't necessarily too mainstream, if you know what I mean. There's so many people that also carry replicas. There's just like a lot of different things that why I don't really care for Louis Vuitton, but these are just some of the reasons why, and hopefully somebody understands me. I know these are kind of unpopular opinions. I know people are like, they're lovers for Louis Vuitton, they will die at Louis Vuitton, they will do anything for Louis Vuitton. I just don't care for it. And if I were to purchase Louis Vuitton anything, it will probably be anything from the pre-love market. I don't have to go to the LV store to get Louis Vuitton. I'll just buy pre-love, and I'll help out the environment, and I'll help out a different type of business that, you know, does reselling on items. So for me, these are some of my reasons, but I would like to hear the conversation down below. What do you guys think of Louis Vuitton? Do you guys love it? Do you guys not like it? For me, it's not for me. Yes, my first designer handbag was Louis Vuitton, but after I've had this bag, I quickly realized that it's just not for me. I don't want to be like everybody else. And for me, I just rather carry different things. I rather have different things, spend my money on different brands than to be wearing Louis Vuitton. It's just not for me. And I feel like I even see, like I said, I even see myself, like when right now I'm 19, but when I'm 50 or 60, I don't see myself owning anything from that brand. It's just not appealing to me. And I know they're trying to appeal it more to younger audiences like Emma Chamberlain and the Dolan twins by inviting them in the fashion show. For me, they don't really know anything about fashion. They're not known as kind of fashion icons, or more kind of also makes me not want it even more. Like, if you were to give somebody, or if you were to invite somebody to their fashion show, give it to somebody who really appreciates that, you know what I mean? Or somebody that really likes the brand, not somebody that you're just paying them a ton of money to wear it because they have large audiences. I know that it's working in their marketing and they're trying to market towards a younger audience, but for me, it's just not working for me. I see through it, I see right past it, and you know what I mean? I just rather spend my money somewhere else or put it in a savings account. And yeah, guys, I would love to hear the conversation down below. And if you guys want me to make a part 2 or do this one on different brands why I don't really shop at them, or some of my favorite brands, I will definitely film that video. But yeah, these are kind of like maybe 5 reasons why I just don't care for Louis Vuitton. And I'll see you back on my channel pretty soon. And make sure to subscribe and hit the like button, because I would love to keep the conversation down below, and I would love for you to return on my channel and watch more of my videos. Bye, guys.